learned from the lesson. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel like it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it down, we gon' get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watches coming in on August 31st, 2020, and the stock market is going to go crazy. You're going to get the Dow reshuffling and rebalance. You got some economic reports, the job report mainly. The market is kind of waiting for that, and don't forget, we have the follow-up from Powell, and Apple will be split tomorrow. So we have a lot to talk about. I think tomorrow or Tuesday is going to be very, very interesting. So I kind of have a little strategy I want to go about it. We will find out more after tomorrow in the pricing. There may even be mispricing opportunities I want to talk about. So got the keys, got the plays, everything else. So let us not delay. You guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's that first link in the description, and it is pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning. It's free $99. It costs you nothing to join. YouTube.com/thestockmarket. You can post the plays, see the plays, watch the watch list come to life. And yes, we have officially taken over Chick-fil-A in Grand Central Station. So shout out to the Colt, and shout out to all the Colt people you see. Thank you for being positive and respectful. The Colt loves you. It's really a Colt or a frat or whatever. I know it's really aggressive, but the most important thing you need to do, post your watch list below. Let us know what you're looking at. Got any plays, comments, remixes, anything. Post your watch list below and source that info. And please don't forget, today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. That's usually how it works. But this is our random account generator. You guys can see it tick up. But what we do with this account, we started in the beginning of the year with $500. We select a random play from the comment section on these watch list videos, and we buy it arbitrarily in the morning to test the random performance, see what would happen. So this is the random account. We've made plays. We ask that you post below in the comment section a specific option play up to $100, exact expiration, ticker, all that. And tomorrow morning, we're going to go through it. And as you guys see, we've been getting some gains here. So kind of making it back. Shout out to the people who put time on the contracts, but thank you for participating in posters below. But right off the bat, the first thing we talked about this, the Dow is going to be rebalancing. So tomorrow now, CRM, Salesforce, Honeywell, and the other one, but those three companies are going to be added to the Dow. The other three are going to be removed again, RTX, and those other companies we talked about last week. But this is going to be important because you're also going to see Apple split. So I'm assuming now this is going to kind of free up some of the moves and let things happen congruently, because again, we saw a little bit of weird rotation last week. So this is going to be important because either Monday, tomorrow, we will see that rebalancing effect, and it's either going to happen in the morning and then it may be a dud of a day, or I'm thinking we might burn a day, and then Tuesday, kind of coming into September, we see what happens from there, because August was a very, very good month. We are going to close that out. You guys have kind of seen the market lately at some of those times when the market towards the end of the month moves around a little bit. So that will be important too, but this was one of the best August in 30 years. So I'm really going to be looking at that. We will talk about even Apple itself in that split, and Tesla too. But there's that. Dow futures are up 100 points as I'm making this video right now. Some people are saying for other reasons. I don't know if this is going to be the cause, but I think this is going to kind of be our virus news for the week. We've kind of been getting these weird updates. It supports the market. You know, the market likes some of the virus vaccine stuff, but there was news that the FDA said that they're willing to fast track the virus before phase 3. So I think that's going to be your positive piece of news that we're going to look at. And what happened with TikTok? Where TikTok? Anybody hear about TikTok? We'll talk about that when we get to the plays. But finally, the last thing that we're going to see, it is going to be important, non-farm payrolls on Friday. The jobs report is going to be there. Again, that situation is going to be in focus. And now, considering you heard Powell last week, and don't forget about that, you still need to see how the market digests that. And now certain pieces of information, depending on what comes out, that might coincide with what Powell said, and it could trigger the market to go one way or another. So don't forget about Powell and kind of that Jackson Hole effect. We talked about that, but that was very, very important. So watch out for the jobs report. Then you're going to get ISM data, manufacturing in the United States. You'll get manufacturing and PI for other countries like Canada, UK, and Australia, but those won't really have too big of effect. Again, we kind of saw the UK a few weeks ago, but the US is a main focus. Again, we're at all-time highs. Now we're going to see kind of a fundamental change to the Dow, a fundamental, non-fundamental change, but we have wrapped up August. We're coming into a new month, and this is really going to be that final stretch into the fourth quarter. So I hope you guys are ready, but let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, I have a few plays that I want to go over and some that I really do like. I actually have some I didn't even add up here. Different focuses for different plays. Again, if you guys didn't watch the strategy videos last week in the watch list, pay attention even this week. If we start to execute what we did last week or if we kind of adapt, I will keep you guys posted. But be on the lookout for some excitement over these next 2 days and we'll see. But now Apple, that is going to be a big focus tomorrow. I'm saying you may have to burn a day, but that is going to be something I'm going to be watching for premium mispricing on the first day. So what I mean by that is off the first day, everything's going to adjust. The ratios, again, this is a point I brought up the other day. The underlying stock has been what's driving a lot of these option moves. So shout out all my long-term shareholders. Shout out all the people who love shares. And then the option traders, you guys must be loving the gains, but there has been more ridiculous underlying stock moves. Again, think market cap and what it really implies. It's what's making sense of some of these option moves and why it's going crazy. So tomorrow with Apple, we have to watch how the underlying stock moves. But then on the mispricing side, pretty much first, second day, that's why I'm saying especially the first day, those contracts on the call and put side, they're going to either have the propensity to be very expensive and overpriced because people don't know you're still doing the mathematical function with it. Again, the computer has an equitable range, but then the stock starts moving and then the demand. So there's a chance for it to be overpriced, but then at the same time, there may be some really cheap contracts. So I'm going to be looking at all day. We are really going to be watching that and we'll probably have a lesson on it, but Apple is definitely going to be in focus alongside Tesla. Same exact thing applies for Tesla. They're splitting, but again, Apple now is a DOW component and how that's going to factor with everything else. It could lead to other plays. So watch all the other ones from last week. I love Honeywell. We're still in those. Those came down and kind of came back up, but CRM as well too. Those are going to be great continuations, but watch them. The next play, Goldman Sachs JP. We still have those plays. They've kind of been moving. I grabbed a quick Goldman Sachs put at close. They had like a big fat finger, but I like the banks in general. Again, you cannot forget that we just had Powell. So like I said, anything could trigger that, but the banks have a lot to gain and a lot to lose, but I like that play. Then the next play, GLD, we got this play a few days ago, but now this is what I want to watch out for. Again, everything is going to kind of align. The DOW, everything's balanced. The splits have taken place. If the market really does like or liked what Powell said, there's no hiccups, good jobs report or whatever, but if the market starts going up this week, I want to see if we get that inflation effect on gold. Because again, even with what Powell said, it's kind of weakened it. So I want to see that effect. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've been watching and seeing, but where the market keeps going up and then kind of gold goes up with it. So that's why I like that. And really these three types of plays this whole week, I'm going to be watching them, not just tomorrow. And then finally, either tomorrow or Tuesday, ULTA, we had that play. I bought one. I'll go over the play. But we got really clapped on it. I went over it on Friday. I grabbed 10 of the September 315 calls at 55 cents. Remember, we played it for earnings. We did the straddle. It hit the criteria. Those went up. I didn't sell. They kind of sold off. But remember, they were up like $20 or $30, and then they kind of came down. So I like this move. I even want to consider them for the long term. And again, we're going to be having our deposits coming up here soon, but I'm going to be watching them for continuation. And that's a play I like. And then another one I would mention too is Honeywell. Remember, I got a bigger one. They had a lot of volume here, but I have those September 4th. So this week, but they're pretty much at break even. So again, they've had a lot of decay. That's why it's at the same price as a few days ago. This might be one we'd be able to snake. And again, those ULTAs are cheaper than when I bought it now, but if you could get more time or wait until ULTA confirms the move, patience could reward you, and all you got to do is play opportunity costs on a losing play anyway. So those are those plays. As far as everything else, even some updates from last week. Again, I still need to go over all these plays. Those are the old GLD, EEM, IWM, but Gap, I sold off 750 of those shares before earnings because we had those contracts. So the idea was make those free. And then also, I think it was on Friday, which one was it, Goldman or CL? There was news. This one was one of those failed flips. You can see I got it at 29 cents at like 10. Sold out at like 18 and then got one at 26, but CO was a failed news flip. If you guys want to even look at that, that's what we were talking about, last week on some of these moves, how you kind of got to burn one. So that one got me. You guys remember on Friday, I didn't want you guys to get in that one, but that was like a $200 loss. And that's pretty much it for those. Again, as far as everything else, I like CRM. I don't have any plays in those yet. So again, depending on how tomorrow plays out, we're going to be seeing, and I'll watch those. Watch AMC. I believe some states, I know at least in San Diego, and even, I don't know about LA, but San Diego at least tomorrow, a lot of things are going to be opening back up again, beginning of September, new month and all that. But I still am holding those shares. I want to see how that plays out. We even have CNK contracts, but watch them. NVIDIA, remember, I'm still down on this play. Again, it's decaying, but they're at that point. They're starting to move a little bit bigger. So watch NVIDIA. I still really like that one. Again, there has a potential for a lot of activity tomorrow or Tuesday. Again, it wouldn't surprise me to be kind of a mellow day, and then it kind of picks up out of nowhere on Tuesday. But there's a lot of companies still in play. Again, Microsoft, that TikTok news and all that, watch them. And then on that note, watch Walmart. We still have all those other plays. If you guys remember, we still got the Walmart, the Disney, and then some of those Facebook. No, I got rid of the Facebooks, but watch them and see kind of how that news plays out. Again, HD, McDonald's too. We've seen them kind of really, really crush it lately again. And if you do start seeing the Dow really reflect anything and we start to see some rotational elements, that's what we want to be watching out for. But watch those big names. We like those. Then Spotify, Shopify, Snap, kind of some of the bigger growth ones. Snap just because anything potentially for the long term as well too. But I really want to watch them more so with some of the social media news. And then finally, UUP. Remember, we were talking about if it stays in a range, it's breaking below. Relate that to some of Powell's comments. But I want to watch and see how they break below. Again, TLT isn't as important. Again, dollar value and everything does relate, but more importantly, like I said, GLD, watch for this impact. Again, if the market starts to really rip up, I wouldn't be surprised to watch gold go. So that's what I want to be looking for. But that is pretty much it. So I hope you guys are ready. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you to get the endurance for the fourth quarter. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. But stay focused. Balance the budget. Balance yourself. Keep that peace. But the cold loves you. I love you. I'm going to see you in the morning. Let's go.